You think you're funny, do you?
And so I asked myself, I said, what's the big deal about quadrilaterals and angles and opposite sides and the length of the sides? Who really cares, right? What's the deal with parallel? What do you mean they continue forever without ever touching? And a railroad track has ends that are parallel. Well, it's the kind of thing that a lot of students find very difficult to remember, the names of the different shapes and why they even matter. And so I thought to myself, why don't we create a story where, in fact, why don't we just tell a story about a family of quadrilaterals and see if that helps people remember the different attributes and qualities that make a quadrilateral different and special. So here we go. The quadrilateral summer. I come from a long line of polygons, straight-edged, closed shapes, all of us four-sided and proud of it. Some say we look alike, some say we act alike, but if you ask me, we are very different. It all started the day the cousins came to visit. I'm rectangle. Friends call me Rec-T. I'm in 5th grade and honestly, I just want to read in peace. But this house, total chaos. First, there's my sister Square. We're fraternal twins. Close, but far from identical. She's a lot. She has perfect sides, corners, and planners. She's always measuring stuff and giving lectures about symmetry. Please don't sit like that, she snapped at me one day. You're throwing off the balance of the couch. Then came parallelogram, or para. Little kindergarten whirlwind. Constantly sliding down banisters and drawing on walls. Never in trouble, though. Somehow she charms her way out of everything. Square noticed it most. How para didn't even try to fit in, which made her stand out even more. I'm not off task, she said once. I'm being diagonal. Cute, murmured Square under her breath. At least my diagonals are congruent. Why do you talk like that, Square? Just say equal length. If anything, she's 5 years old and can't even throw away her binky yet. Give her a break. Plus, mine are congruent too, and Para's diagonals could have been equal, but hers give her character. Next up, the cousins. Rhombus showed up with 3 bags, all full of hair products. Call me Rambo, he said, flipping his shiny side. This symmetry, straight sigma energy. I'm literally max res. Square blinked. Wait, what? Don't be Beta Ohio, he said, sliding his fingers through his slick hair. It's giving major mid. Then came trapezoid. He wore 1 sock, 2 headbands, and kept announcing things. I only have 1 pair of parallel sides, he said dramatically. Just 1, not 2. Nobody help me. I'm fine. Last was Kite, who cried immediately. Para stole my triangle snack. That was a napkin, Square muttered. Kite burst into louder tears. I was going to fold it into a rhombus. And just like that, GQ called a family meeting. GQ is the oldest quadrilateral in the house. Back in the day, he was the definition of sharp style. Top hats, polished shoes, bow ties for every event, every angle. He was once voted best dressed polygon 3 years in a row at the annual geometry gala. His bow tie collection, legendary. His side part, flawless. Even now he keeps a comb in his pocket and won't leave the house without lining up his corners. Everyone listens to him, and Rambo especially idolizes him like a fashion icon from the golden age of angles. Shapes, he said, standing on the welcome mat. We've got 4 sides, each and every one of us. That's more than enough to hold us together. But we keep bumping corners, don't we? He pointed to Square. You're exact, and sometimes exacting, which you don't realize can be annoying. But that's okay. It's your gift. Square stood straighter. And Recti, you're flexible and adapt in a flash. You see things differently. I tried to smile. Para, you move your way. You color outside the lines. Literally, muttered Square, pointing to marker on the walls. Rambo, you care how you look, and honestly, GQ respects that. Style matters. W, said Rambo, striking a pose. Shape drip secured. Grampy blinked. Okay then. Trapezoid, your angles don't match, and you don't pretend they do. That's honesty. Thanks, Trap said, clearly waiting for applause. And Kite, your sides don't all get along, but when they do, it's beautiful. Kite stopped crying, a little. At least one side right next to it is equal, he sniffed. Now, GQ said, tapping his cane, we're going to play shape charades. Groans, eye rolls. Rambo tried to fake a hair emergency. Nope, said Grampy. You're all in. He pulled out a stack of shape cards. When it's your turn, describe a quadrilateral without saying its name. Everyone else guesses, and then you tell one good thing you like about a different shape in this room. First up, square. 4 equal sides, 4 right angles, all sides parallel. Wait, what? Interrupted Rambo. How can they all be parallel? If we're closed shapes, then perpendicular sides touch. You must mean opposite sides parallel. Whoa, said Square. I guess you're not all glam fam. Yeah, you're right, Sigma boy. Opposite sides parallel. Easy. Square, shouted Trap and Kite together. Square adjusted her glasses. One thing I like. Recti notices things I miss, like how all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. My turn. I read my card. Opposite sides are equal. All angles are right. Not all sides are the same length. Rectangle, said Rhombus. I shrugged. I like the Trap doesn't pretend to fit in where he doesn't. It makes him brave. Trapezoid blushed under both headbands. Para leaped up. My turn. My opposite sides match in length, but no right angles. I'm the reason rulers invented slants. Parallelogram, Square groaned, obviously. Para grinned. I like Rambo's hair. It's shiny like aluminum foil. Drip check passed, Rambo said, smirking. 0 mid detected. One by one we played. We guessed. We laughed. Even Kite forgot to tattletale for 10 whole minutes. By the end, GQ looked tired but happy. You see, we all come from the same family. We all have 4 straight, closed sides. The things we have in common help us recover quickly when upset. However, it's our differences that make us interesting. So, we're like a team? I asked. We're a quilt, Grampy said. Strongest when stitched with care and made better by every square, rectangle, slant, or kite. Square sniffed. That was surprisingly nice. Also factual, Grampy noted. I only deal in facts, and I love you shapes, all of you. Now, someone find my slippers. I think I left them in the rhombus garden. We all laughed. Are they pentagon? Giggled Para. Dead silence. No one talked about the five-sided guys who lived next door. Awkward, offered Rhombus. That night, I sat with Square on the couch. She didn't complain about my posture. I guess I don't hate the cousins, she said. Same, I said. Kite yelled from the hallway. I heard somebody say hate. I'm telling Grampy Q. We both rolled our eyes. Still family, I said. Square nodded. All four sides of us. The end. So, I hope you guys understand here that each of those 6 quadrilaterals, and 7 if you include Grampy Q, all of those quadrilaterals had characteristics that made them different, but also importantly that made them the same. And as you go about learning how each quadrilateral is similar and different, I hope you can understand the greater message here, that there are always going to be times when things get difficult, and quite frankly, nobody has any tolerance or patience for nonsense. And it's in those times that we really need to pay attention to the things that make us the same. What sorts of experiences have we had that make us all feel the same way, that make us share the same values? And once we can appreciate those values that are the same, then we can take great interest in appreciating the things that make us different. And after that, we'll be able to recover quickly and get on with the business of living life well, being the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. So, I hope you are able to learn the quadrilaterals and also appreciate a little lesson that the family, through Grandpa Q, has taught us. All right, thanks. Hope that helped.
Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George. I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse. I'm ready for war. I'm coming for throats to turn to a ghost. I need to know everything.